Well, how's it going today? So we're back with the Hallicrafters SX-28, and we're just kind of giving it a more detailed look over here to see what we gotta straighten out to get it back on the road. It does run. You saw that earlier if you watched the earlier video. Yeah. Just take a quick second to thank everybody that said thanks and welcome back, and sorry you were gone so long. So we'll just start out low and kind of shift into higher gears as we go along here. So on the face of the SX-28, it is in pretty good shape. There's a couple lumps. Of course, when you try and hunt down a radio that's getting close to 80 years old, you're going to have a hard time finding one that's like new in the box. You know, these were a couple $100 back in the 40s, and that was about $3 grand in today's money. You probably don't buy something and put it in a box or leave it in the box for $3,000. So there's been a couple mods here. One of these jacks is the antenna jack that's been remoted from the back. I'm not sure why you would do this. They did an okay job. The other one is the headphone jack. I guess the headphone jack wasn't good enough. You had to have the SO239, which is a mate to the PL259. There should be a tuning knob here with some index numbers on it. That's long gone, so it probably got stolen and then used on something. So somewhere out there in the universe is the knob that belongs on this radio. We'll do a little snooping around. We'll stumble onto one eventually. The dial string is broken, and what the dial string does is it starts here. You can see I've kind of tried to relace it, and the old owner gave me the dial string and some instructions, which was nice of him. It goes in, and it basically starts here and goes around and loops around and loops around here. And there are some, see this kind of shadow here? There's actually a projected band pointer. There's a light behind this, and there's two arrows there. This one has a single band pointer, and it moves up and down. That is all broke. We'll have to fix that, and it might behoove me to take the face off. That wouldn't be a big job on this radio. It looks kind of daunting, but it's not that bad. Your number one concern, or the thing that's going to fight back, is the set screws that hold, or the grab screws that hold the face on. One more, while we're at the face, one more little time bomb. This is a big one. The meter is kaput. I've had it out. It doesn't work. The owner said it didn't work, but he didn't know, and he also said the radio didn't work other than the audio section, which was kind of BS. The reason the radio didn't work is there's a shaft here on this crystal phase control which hooks to the IF. It's insulated. There's a kind of a U-joint, and I thought I could show it to you without a fight. It's not. Anyway, it was pushed in so far that it was shorting out the IF signal. So I don't know, I guess I won a little bit there. I expected to have a broken radio, and it's not too broken. So somebody has redone the filter caps. They are held in these brackets. They took the caps out and cut them open, and then reloaded them, and then covered it with this foil tape. That's okay. I'm not going to cry my eyes out. So there's supposed to be a big resistor here. I believe it's called a column resistor. A lot of these things, you see the names of them, but you never hear them pronounced, so you don't know how to pronounce them. Or at least I don't. It's a kind of a resistor in a T-track. It goes from here to here, and it's sets up a number of different voltages for the radio. So you can see somebody's made an attempt to kind of fix that up. And anyway, so they have a resistor, which is pretty low. I'm not sure what's going on there. The voltage that's supposed to be there is about 100 volts. This one's about 120 volts. Seems a little high. So there's something going on there. There's something not quite right. Need to look into that. So a lot of these resistors or capacitors are still factory. We're gonna have to, I don't see any, well, I guess there's these two. The seller made a big deal about it being recapped. Well, yeah, that is true up here. There's a filter choke or swinging choke that's missing here, and someone's put a 300 ohm resistor in there. That's okay. I'll have to find a choke. It's like 13 henries and 100 milliamps. I might wind one, and that'd be a separate video. So all these paper caps need to be replaced. Somebody's replaced this. This is, I believe this is the RF gain filter cap. Some other things that have happened over here, there should have been two of these micro mold. These are a paper type cap, but they look like a mica. There's one from each side of the line to ground. They've added a 3-wire line cord here and done a crummy job of it. This fuse holder is, well, soldered is a kind of a vague term apparently. They've replaced the jack field in the back with some new jacks. These jacks are ceramic, and if you bump them they break and shatter. That's probably just normal wear and tear. What else do we gotta fix? So another thing we're gonna have to fix is under these compartments. This is an RF amp. This is another RF amp. So in the broadcast and first band, just one amp works, and when you go higher up in the bands, there's 6 of them, then both these work in conjunction. The mixer stage and then the local oscillator stage. And there are some caps buried under here, and this is going to be really nesty. I don't know if you can see this. It's in between these two patterns. On the bottom there is another paper cap, and it's all black. I don't know if it's blown or what has happened to it. The radio works. It doesn't seem to draw an abnormal amount of current. So we'll need to fix that up. The chassis needs to be cleaned up a little bit. That's no big deal. Other than that, a couple other little time bombs. Let me put you down here. Let me. Light bulb has kind of been kludged back together. There's supposed to be a lid here, and this lid happens to fit, but somebody has drilled a couple, 3 new holes and retapped it, and I'm not too crazy about that. But like I said, try and get a hold of something 80 years old that hasn't been monkeyed with, and pay a reasonable price. Here's that pointer, and here's the other pointer, and here's the dial string it comes up over it. The chassis needs to be cleaned a little bit. This needs to be replaced a little bit. So here on the back, there's another antenna jack, SO239 jack. Somebody's cobbled in there. I thought this was an accessory power jack, and it's not. It's a it's an interface for the standby receive or transmit receive connector, and they just happen to use a 2-prong kind of a line cord type thing. You wouldn't do anything remotely like that nowadays. I don't know if this fuse holder is original. I'm not sure why this is out here. This ground lug is gone, probably got broke. Here's another lug. This isn't a ground lug. This is some sort of voltage that comes from deep inside the radio. Like I said, these have been replaced, and so is this other stuff. It's not without its charm. It could be in better shape, and it could be worse. So that's where we're at. That's kind of the analysis of all the problems. This is the audio amp section, and I'll have to swing this transformer and this inductor out of the way to get to the capacitor. Well, anyway, yeah, to the caps underneath. So we got a pretty good laundry list of things to do. I think we're gonna try and fix a few of these people's other work. I might take these caps out and open them, investigate, and see what somebody put in there. You never know. I'll be honest, over the years I've done some probably stupid or janky or lazy things, and under that auspices, I guess is the word I want to use, I don't know, we probably better look into somebody else's work, just to be fair. I mean, it's okay. Okie dokie. Well, until later. Yeah, about that. Have a groovy day, and thanks again for the comments and stuff. We'll talk to you later. Take her easy.